Hello friends, welcome back. Today we'll see SQL alter command. SQL alter command is used to add, modify, rename and drop columns of existing table. Not only that, you can add and drop various constraints on an existing table. So the syntax of the alter command looks like this. So the alter table name. So you should be mentioning the table name here, then add column name and then the data type. So this syntax is used to add a column to the existing table. So alter command is used to make modifications to the existing table. Say you want to add a column, change the data type of the column, or you want to rename the column, or you want to drop the column. So for all these purposes, you will be using the alter command. So alter table name, drop column name. So this will actually remove the column name. Okay, so whatever column name that you have mentioned from a particular table, you will be able to remove that. And this is like we are modifying the column name, and here we are changing the data type of the column name. Okay, fine. So we'll go back to Oracle Live SQL. Okay, well, friends, I'm back to Oracle Live SQL. So previously, before 2 or 3 days, I have worked in the SQL worksheet wherein I have created the tables for the sailors and for the boats and also for reserves. So actually, you have the facility in Oracle Live SQL to go back to your previous sessions. So herein you can see my session. So I am clicking on this. So in this, like you have certain options. So I'm going to previous session. So these are all the previous sessions. So I want to go to the most recent one. So I have clicked on view session. So herein you can see friends like the creation of the sailors, boats and reserves. All this is over here. What and all I have done in the previous session, it is showing me here. But the thing is like the tables, you have to redo it again. Like you want to create the tables once again because this is live and many people will be using. So if it keeps the data in the database, then what happens is like many people will not be able to use the platform. So that's the reason what you have done will be there, but you have to rerun it so that it establishes once again. Okay, so I'm going to create the tables. So you need to create the tables once again, but you can see here there is one button which is rerun button. So as soon as I'll click on this rerun button, what and all I have done in the previous session will be done for me. Okay, so I'm clicking on this rerun button. So this rerun session is going on. So it's asking me to rerun script. So I'm clicking on this. Okay, friends. So you can see that schema initialized, script run, 7 statements attempted. Okay, so all my session has been re-established. So I can simply go to my SQL worksheet and you can see like all the tables are established. Okay, fine. So you can also check once again, like in case if you have a doubt, you can check like I'm saying describe sailors. Okay. So you can see friends, like it is showing me the schema of the sailors table. Okay, so the all my tables are created, right? So I'll show you how to use the alter command on this particular table. Okay, friends, I'll show you how to add one more column to the sailors table. So I'm saying alter table. The table name is sailors. So alter table sailors. And what we need to do, we need to add one more column. So I'm saying add, and then I'm opening a bracket over here wherein I am mentioning the column name, the new column name. The new column name is salary, and the data type of the new column name is varchar2 with size 10. Okay, so this is how I have created, and there is a semicolon over here. There is a semicolon over here. So please go through the statement. So I'm saying alter table sailors. So this is the table name. Then I'm saying add, and then I open the parenthesis Inside the parentheses, I'm mentioning the column name and also the data type associated with the column name. The column name is sailors and the data type associated with the column name is varchar2 with size 10. Okay, so now I have used this command. Let me run this. Okay, friends, you can see here that it is telling table altered. Okay, so if you want to see the description or the schema of the sailors, now you will be finding new column over there. So let me show you the description now. Okay, see friends, like there is a salary column which is added and the type is varchar210. Okay, so adding a column to the existing table. So this is how you add a column to the existing table. Now we'll see how to modify the data type of a particular column. So say I want to modify the salaries data type from varchar2 to number. So for that I am saying alter table. So what's the table? The table is sailors. So I'm saying modify. Okay, modify salary. Okay, now I'm saying number. Okay, so I'm simply saying number. Okay, so this is how I modify. So let me run and show you. So you can see table altered. Okay, so let me show you the description now of the sailors. Let me show you the schema of the sailors. So see here, friends, like the data type associated with the salary column has changed from varchar2 to number. Okay, so this is how you use the modify in the alter command. Okay, fine. So now we'll see how to rename the column. So again, I'm saying alter table, table name. Okay, so rename salary. Okay, so I am renaming salary to, okay, so rename column. So you want to rename the column. So rename column salary to, so you can give whatever you want. So I'm saying salary sailor. Okay, salary sailor. So I'm putting a semicolon here. So this is how I rename the column name. So I'm saying alter table sailors, rename column salary to salary sailors. So the name salary, the name of the column is salary. Now it will be changed to, okay, salary sailor. Okay, fine. Let me run this. Okay, you can see friends, like it's telling table altered. So let me show you the schema now. So you can see that the column name have been changed over here. So it changed from salary to salary sailor. Okay, so let us see the next alter command. So which is alter. So now I don't want a column. So I don't want this salary column. So what I'll do is I'll say alter table, table name. So sailors. So now I'm saying drop. Okay, so drop column. So which is salary sailor. Salary sailor. So I just wanted to delete this column. So I want to remove this column. So for that, I'll be using the command which is called as alter drop. Okay. So herein I need to use drop. So let me run this. So you can see table altered, and let me show you the schema. So you can clearly observe that. So you can clearly observe that the column itself is not there now. Okay. So the column have been removed from the tables schema. Okay, so these are the 4 commands, friends, like which are used with alter. So alter command is also used to add constraints and remove or drop constraints from the table. So let me add a constraint and show you. Okay, so by using the alter command. Well, friends, let me tell you how to use alter command to actually add constraint and drop constraint. Add constraint will add constraint to the table. Drop constraint will actually remove a constraint from the table. So not only making changes to the existing tables columns, you also can add constraints and drop constraints from the tables. Okay, so let me show you how to add a constraint. So I am actually adding a constraint to the age column over here. So I want the sailor's age to be greater than or equal to 18 years. So only sailor's age should be 18 years or above. Okay, right. So for that I'm saying alter table. The table name is sailors. So alter table sailors. And now I'm adding a constraint. So I'm saying add constraint. So I should be naming the constraint. So here the name constraint is age constraint. So I'm just giving a name to the constraint, so which is age constraint. So why you need to name your constraint is because this is how your DBMS will refer to any errors pertaining to the constraint. Okay, right. And also to drop a constraint, you will need the name of the constraint. Okay, so that's why you always have to name your constraint. So the name of the constraint is age constraint, and I'm using check constraint. So here I'm saying check the age. The name of the column is age. Age should be greater than or equal to 18. So if you try to enter age less than 18, so you cannot actually insert any data less than 18 for the age column. Okay, fine. So let me execute this and show you. So you can see friends, like table altered. Okay, so the constraint is added. So you'll be able to know this constraint only when you try to insert data into the tables. Okay, fine. Now let me show you how to drop a constraint. Okay, so I'll be dropping the same constraint. So I'm saying alter table sailors. So here I'll be using drop command. So I'm saying drop constraint. So what is the name of the constraint? The name of the constraint is age constraint. Okay. So I'm saying drop age constraint. That's it, friends. So once you do this, what happens is the age constraint will be dropped. You can see table altered. Okay, so if there are any mistakes in the syntax of your command or any syntactical mistakes, it will show you here. Okay, or else it will tell you table altered and all that. So the table is altered successfully. So I have shown you how to add age constraint, and also I have shown you how to drop the age constraint. So friends, this is how actually you can create constraints and also drop constraints, and also how you can add new columns to the existing tables, how you can make modifications to the columns with respect to the change in data type, and also with respect to the change in the name of the column itself, and how to drop a particular column from the table. All that we have seen practically. So I hope this video is helpful to you. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.